Bom dia, everybody.
Bom dia.
Jackson and Rafael back after a 50 degrees ice bath.
Ice bath,
Yeah.
done, exercise. Now I have my cold plunge set on my backyard. What's really cool, I can do cold therapy every day, as much as I want.
Everybody's jealous, man. You have a cold shower now and a freezer
Yeah,
just to go in
cold
and
the
suffer a
freezer,
little bit.
All set up. Yeah, it's really good, really good.
Yeah, so we're back again. This is something that we try to do most of the times. Lucky for Jackson, he has the freezer just back, so he can go in, suffer from a little bit, and get out with a bunch of energy. That's one of the best things that you can do if you have cold water enough to do that. Here in Texas, it's a little bit
I always
warm.
say that you should get off your comfort zone at least once a day.
Once a day is
And that's
pretty doable.
That's my get off my comfort zone every day. I do the cold therapy in my backyard, and that brings me like 4 or 5 minutes off my comfort zone. A lot of meditation and self-conscious self-control, and that's really helped me. Yesterday actually I told you I had a very stressful day dealing with a lot of stuff, and my daughter probably felt my energy and she was kind of grumpy. And then I took 10 minutes, I went outside, I did the cold therapy there, soaked myself in the cold water. And that gave me like such a boost of good vibes that I went inside and I gave her a kiss and I told her I love her. And she immediately responded the same way, so much that she even ate the soup that she don't want to eat. I made her some vegetable soup and she don't want to eat it because she want to eat other stuff that she like more. And immediately, like, she say, "Hey, Daddy, I love the soup," and she ate the whole plate just because my energy was different, and the cold therapy really helped me to switch mode like that. It's really
You heard it here first. Parents, just go in, cold shower,
Unbelievable.
and your kids are gonna eat all the vegetables that you know that you want. Yeah, but we're here back with something that happened pretty recently. I think happened yesterday or this week.
This week,
Beginning of the week. That basically the topic is on business for profit only or for people, for the benefit of the people, and this just happened pretty recently about Greta Thunberg. She's an activist, little girl, like 16 years old, from Sweden, and the cool thing about it, she took time off to, and I'm reading here from Wikipedia just for what we know. Took time off from school to demonstrate outside the Swedish parliament, holding up a sign calling for stronger climate actions. Soon other students engaged in similar protests in their own community. Together they organized a school climate strike movement under the name of Fridays for Future. After Thunberg addressed the 2018 United Nations Climate Change Conference, student strikes took place every week somewhere in the world. And in 2019, there were at least 2 coordinated multi-city protests involving over 1 million pupils in each. And this week, I believe she talked again in the United Nations. And the video went viral, of course, that everybody was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just transitioned well to the topic of today and how people are making their money. And I even talked to Nick in the morning about the issue. Like, we were talking just like, because he's in the industry. I was like, how is it possible for companies to do all that, to do that transition, right? And it's not that simple. It's not something that it is quick. But it's doable.
Which
transition from the energy that we're using now, that we're consuming now in the type of way of oils and coal and all that stuff, to more recyclable energy. And I don't know anything. I'm just like, this is the look from our outside, and with wind and solar and water and something that is more recyclable and less damaging to the earth, of course. So what I personally feel about the business for profit or for people, there's something that I read recently that was actually going to talk about for you guys. We have a meeting like every week for the whole business that we have all together, to teach to the employees and to the partners that we have, that there's 3 P's in business that I learned pretty recently from a guy. There's the people, there's a profit, and there's a process. And you want to stack those and see in your mind. You can answer yourself this: which of those three goes first, goes second, and goes third? In reality, you want to have, just think that for a second, you answer it, and then I'm gonna give you the answer that I learned. It's people first, it's process after, and it's profit after. Let me give you context in between, in all of them. People, of course, are your team, the owners, employees, and everything, just the community inside. The process is the system that you have, the service, the product, whatever you have to sell, and then the profit after. So if you don't have the people, the right people that you need, the right team, and the right process for you, the most efficient, that the people want, that the market want, you won't make a profit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the hypothesis that the guy had, and I really like that because it goes aligned to the values that I personally have. Because, and this is the situation that happened here, the people that goes in with oil and all that, like I said, I'm not an expert at all, so I'm just giving you my 2 cents, is that they go first on the mindset of, let me get the profit, let's go with the process after, and let's go to the people at last. So they don't think on the repercussions on the long-term view. And there's things that I don't understand, that I'm ignorant of, and that's why I was talking to a student that knows a little bit of the business. Personally, my mom worked in a company for years and years, and I was curious about it and started researching that. The developments that give them way more money, way more, of course, profit towards them. Of course, that was the motivation for them since the beginning. So it's hard for a girl like that and see her future and see that the earth is breaking down more and more. Studies are saying that. Studies are indicating that, and the history of the earth is indicating that more and more every year. We're getting flooded every year, more and more. So it all indicates that there's a problem with our energy consumption, and we need to do something about it. And her passionate speech on that video, it's become viral, and everybody.
Yeah, she was angry. She was very upset. Like, she shows a lot of passion, anger when she talks, saying that she compromised her childhood. She shouldn't be there. She should be in the school and not protesting against the climate changes and the greediness all over the world, you know. So she's pretty much making a point that she's sacrificing her life to show people that we are driving lives in the wrong direction. And I fully agree with her in many aspects of what she's defending. And we always want more and more. We fight daily to have more and more in our plates. And we often forget about why we want more. What's the life quality you have? Is that balanced with the money you have? You know, we see that every day. People complain about their jobs, people complain about the lifestyle they have, they're getting sick, our kids are getting sick, the parents have no time to spend with the kids anymore because they're too busy with work. And we see a lot of broken children at our gym, in our kids program, a consequence of this lack of time, you know, that we have, and we don't have time anymore. You know, it's very common. It's a common saying now, like, oh, I'm so busy. Oh, I was busy. We use these words so much, you know. And this week I actually caught myself telling my daughter, rushing her in the morning to go to school because I had a lot of stuff to do. And she looked at me like, why are you rushing so much? You know, it's gonna make a difference. I arrived in the school like 20 minutes later today. And then I could see in her eyes like that she was not happy with me rushing her. And you know, a toddler, a 4 years old, they don't know what this rush is for. You know, they don't understand. They just want to live life in a very cool way. You know, they just want to follow what they feel like to do in that moment. you know. And this is something I learned from my master from Brazil. He was like that too. I remember I was walking with him everywhere, and I walk very fast. Everywhere I go, I walk fast. And when I was with him, it was always hard for me to do that because he walks so slow and he never hurried to anything, and take like 1 hour to have lunch every day and another hour to clean after lunch.
Well, you see,
and
now you have me cooking rice for an hour, so you have to wait.
Yeah, you know, that's and this I think we are losing our why we are here. You know, we are really losing it. And fortunately, we run a business that's doesn't matter how we set those 3 P's that you mentioned before, we're gonna end up achieve them all, you know. Some people more, some people less, but if you have a jiu-jitsu school, you're gonna benefit people.
Yeah.
With jiu-jitsu, with the mindset and with the self-defense aspect of it, you're gonna benefit them, doesn't matter what you do. You know, and if you're good at it, you're gonna make profit. You know, the product is amazing. Jiu-jitsu is just an amazing product. But of course, some people deliver it in one way, other people deliver it in another way. And I recently, this week also, I read an article saying that the epidemic of competitions, you know, like there's so many, they're competing to make competitions. You know, that so much people want to make competitions because it's
more
profitable.
Events.
Yeah, more events and more events. There's actually not enough fighters to attend to all those events, so they are fighting with each other because there's so much people that want to make competitions. You know, and this is the reflex of jiu-jitsu being delivered in a very one single way. You know, everybody's focused on that format of tournaments and competition and performance. And people are forgetting the real essence of what jiu-jitsu was. You know, that was to benefit people, to turn people in better individuals, you know, with the self-defense, with the mindset, with everything what's involved jiu-jitsu was created by Master Helio in the beginning to make people better, you know, to make the weak, to empower the weak. You know, and today I see like a lot of people empowering the strong. You know, the guys that's already strong and confident, they pushing even more for him to be even better on that aspect. And they are not forgetting, it's just like there's no space for the weak anymore. You know, so I think we are really following those 3 P's in the right direction, because me and Rafael, we've been running the business with no profit mindset. You know, like since day one when I opened my gym, I was even talking with my wife the other day, and she told me like, hey, do you understand how lucky you are? You've been profitable from day one. You know, most of business, they don't make any profit in the first year, 2 years, maybe even more than that. You know, but I was lucky enough to be profitable from first month. I never had a red light that I was losing money in the business, because I think I structured the gym in a way, you know, I start very small and always with the mindset to help people, you know, and my wife also works. She can help me with the bills in the house and with the kids. And I never was in this hurry of make profits to change my car or buy a better house, or, you know. And I think like naturally now the gym is very profitable now. We are packed like with a lot of people in the gym, and we're running pretty good for 4 years in the business. And it's just happened naturally, you know, like because we are focused so much in delivering jiu-jitsu in a way that would benefit everybody, especially the weak, especially the person that needs that boost of confidence, that after 4 years now we done both. You know, we have improved the side that we are started with the focus on. Yeah. And now we are also profitable, and we are able to hire more people and help more people to have this lifestyle that we have. You know, I'm able to offer more to Rafael, I'm able to offer more to my family, and I'm delivering the right product there, very fair, very, very fair, you know. And we see that happen all the time, like the students, they leave because life happens, you know, and they come back, they just come back, you know. When they get the time again, they come back, they train with us again, because we never tie them up in a contract, we never explore them in a way that's just thinking about profit. Yeah. You know, this week was very beautiful. The guys come to the gym and brought a rash guard, And
to one of the students, yeah.
And he said, hey, I brought this rash guard for that new beginner guy that just started. And I say, why? I know, because I trained him the other day, and he was uncomfortable with his shirt because he was wearing a regular shirt and the shirt was very sweaty. And he told me that I felt on him that he was uncomfortable with the shirt. So I went to the store and I bought him a rash guard and I brought to him. Can you please give that to him, because I don't want to be me to give that to him, because he may get that in the wrong way. And I thought that was so cool. I thought that was so cool that this guy went to buy a rash guard and brought to the student, just like, here, my friend, you know, a $30 rash guard. What I would have done if I identify the problem, I see a student like struggle in the training because he don't have money to buy a rash guard, I just give him a rash guard. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna sell another two that's gonna pay for that one, and then we are all even. You know, I didn't make any profit. There is 4 guys now with a rash guard. You know, I didn't lose any money, I didn't make any profit, but there is 4 students wearing a comfortable uniform in training that's gonna last them a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a rash guard make a difference in anybody's life. You know, like while other people, they are like pushing the student to sell rash guard for $40, $50 to make like a huge amount of profit, and doesn't matter what he thinks, you buy it or you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think these little things really make a difference, and I'm very happy to see the effects that I see in the students, because we are not like greedy and like exploring to the core. You know, we could do much more. We could explore much more, sell the uniforms much more, tell the students, hey, you cannot wear this gi anymore, you have to buy one of our gis. You know, soon we're gonna have to change a lot of gis in the gym, and I'm already making a plan like for everybody to bring the gis that they have and buy our gis like for cost, for like just exchange, you know, like for us to have the gi. I'm trying to get everybody the same uniform in the gym, but I feel bad for the guy that he bought a gi and now we're not gonna allow that guy to use that gi anymore, and then he's gonna lose that gi that he bought.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have to buy another one. So I'm already thinking about a program that we can create in a way that the student donate his gi and he get a gift from us in a way that I make like maybe $10 profit instead of make like 70, you know? And then that student gonna have a gi, and I have his gi that I can donate to somebody else that can use that gi, and gonna help everybody. And I think that's exactly what great mindset is, you know, this activist, this young lady that's being like all over the news now, because that's what she's telling everybody, you know, like why we are so greedy, why we are like fighting to be this huge success in life, that you have to have a lot of money. And you know, I understand must be very nice to live in a mansion and you have a boat and expensive cars and all these luxuries, you know, but everything have a limit, you know. Everything have a limit, you know. Actually talking about this kind of make me feel like Greta, you know. I now understand why she was like so angry talk about this, because it's upsetting, you know. It's upsetting how much people have nothing, and how much people have so much and they don't really care about anything, you know, don't really care about nothing, about nobody, you know, and just think about more and more and more. And I think that's the disgrace of our planet, you know, like to keep this greedy mindset and not sharing what you have. And some people have more abilities than the other to make money, you know. Some people make money very easy. They just born with these gifts to make money, you know. They know how to negotiate, they know how to create new products, you know. And we see that's, you know, like one of our mentors is like that, you know, like he's good, he just articulate, and he know how to make money from a rock, you know. But he share, you know, and he benefit other people, give a lot of employments and a lot of knowledge, opportunities for other people. Mm-hmm. And you see very often like he inviting like a whole family to come and learn a self-defense program, because that family went through a very bad experience of the kid getting bullied in the school. This week also we saw this 8 years old having like a head concussion because 3 kids beat him up in the school and nobody do anything, you know, like that's it, just another case. That kid gonna go back to the school and nobody do anything, you know. While our mentor, our guy there, guys that we follow him, he is on it and like, let's find this family right now and bring them here and offer them a different prospect about that case. You know, doesn't matter how much it costs, we're gonna pay the flights, and the whole family came and training here the whole week. And he done that several times, and that's when you put profit as last thing on your business. You know, he already have enough, he already have a lot, his family is comfortable, you know. And why more, you know, why more.
Yeah.
You know, this is
no. And one of the things that I was reading here and remembering a little bit of sometimes that we want more is to satisfy something else that we don't know that we want, or that we need. And she said, for example, here in the Wikipedia page, she says that she uses like little analogies to highlight the concerns and everything, and that she just wants a little bit of more action from the leaders, right? So some people, she said, like some people in some companies, some decision makers in particular, have known exactly what prices values they have been sacrifices to continue making a imaginable amount of money, and think many of you here today belong to that group of people. She was talking to a group of decision makers there, of course, and then she started saying, I want you to act as if the house was on fire, because it is, like, as a planet, and we're facing an immediate unprecedented crisis that has never been treated as a crisis, and our leaders are acting like children. And it's funny enough that that is something that I believe in, that we all are grown up children. We're kids still, that we're figuring out things. Nobody knows what the heck they're doing. Most people here, you're just running and figuring things out as they go. For me, the definition as experts is still a student that is curious on their craft, and that's never gonna stop. But they're still learning and they're still figuring things out. And I can relate to the children part, because we all are trying to figure things out still. You can be 90 years old, 100 years old, live your life, and still have some questions to figure it out. And that's something that in some ways I see as a devil advocate in the case of the other part of the argument. Even though we can be on the side of being a little bit more environmental and all that stuff, and sharing this, we still gonna consume some things, we're still gonna consume some energy in some way. And I was and I heard from a guy, I don't remember his name, but it was a pretty dark message, that if you don't want to burn any energy or consume any energy from something that is going to damage the earth, you have to disappear from earth.
Yeah.
So that way you consume, to consume nothing. And
but
that's
you can consume in balance, right?
Yeah, in a better way. But still, even though you can live in the forest, no energy, no technological energy, you're still gonna consume something. Of course, it's gonna be recyclable and everything, all that stuff, beautiful. But in the sense of that you think that you're gonna live 100% clean, it's impossible, because it's something maybe recyclable, maybe you use something that you can recycle and everything. But to think of that you're gonna to spread the message of or the image of being environmental and clean and everything like that, and then say that other people are making this mess. We all making this mess.
Yeah, everybody.
We all trying
some
to figure
more,
things
some
out.
Less, but everybody's involved, and
so
you have to compensate somehow.
Yeah, so in reality, we just have to come together a little bit and help out. And talking to the student back again, he was telling me that the transition of many companies to go to a little bit more recyclable energy is tough. It's tough to do, because there's many problems still that is not available, and is not as the process is not simple to do. For example, solar has problem of conserving the energy, like keeping it, and building, for example, wells for the water, like building is insanely pricey as well, and then the wind is super expensive to build those turbines. So it's still things that we have to understand, and we have to
take time.
It's gonna take a little time,
yes.
And then we have to survive that time until we get there.
That case of Volkswagen, that cheat
with emissions.
On the emission pollution.
Yeah.
Man, how greedy is that?
Yeah.
You know, like, does Volkswagen need to do such a thing and like cheat on the emissions to make more profit and overcome Toyota sales in the US? No, they don't need it. You know, and what's happened? They near like collapsed the whole company, affecting like millions of employees.
You gotta returns
because like one dirty mind thought one day that if they cheat on the emission, they're gonna make more profit, and end up like nearly destroying the whole company and millions of families that were involved. You know, just because of one greedy thought about making more and more and more money. You know, and another guy that really surprised me the other day was Khabib. You know, like after he finished his fight, he in the press conference he was talking about exactly that. You know, like how much UFC make, why there's so many fighters that don't get any money. You know, like why there's so much rich people, why we are not sharing, why you're not helping other people. There's so many people dying everywhere because they don't have a plate of food.
Yeah, let's do fighting Africa.
That was very surprising. You know, I never thought that Khabib have that mindset, being a fighter and from a very traditional family. You know, and he made like a big donation. He sold his shirt or something to collect money to help other people. To
build a foundation for that.
Yeah, imagine like another guy like Brian Ortega too. Brian Ortega also made his foundation to his charity to collect funds for children, you know. Like imagine like if all these high profile people do just a little bit, one little bit, you know, like not even counting like even better than these guys that I mentioned, those guys that do it without expose at all.
Yeah.
You know, like Ayrton Senna, that's a Brazilian pilot that he passed away in...
the Formula One
Yeah, the pilot? Formula One pilot. He passed away in Italy several years ago. And after he died, everybody found out that he had like most of his money was being donated for children and hospitals and everything, and nobody knew about it. Nobody ever knew that Ayrton Senna was such a charity giver, you know. And that was like, whoa, the guy was already a superstar, and he was just silent. He was just a silent giver that was helping a lot of people behind without putting his name on it. Just like redirecting all that money that he was making because he was a champion in Formula One. Imagine how much he makes. You know, and that guy, seriously, you know, like this kind of mindset is even beyond anybody else that's trying to benefit, you know. Like this little girl, like exposing her life and her family and everything, you know, like to make a point of, hey, let's stop here, let's reevaluate everything and see what's the purpose in life. What's your purpose? You know, that's the question. What's your purpose in life? You know, what money gonna do for you? You know, like people sacrificing their health every day to make more and more money. Why? Where are we gonna go? You know, does our children gonna be better because of that? You know, does our people gonna get better? You know, people gonna have more food around the world, more water? No. You know, I talked with my friend Aaron the other day. Aaron, where are you? I'm in the Bahamas helping people here after the hurricane. I was like, wow, this is so cool. Talked with my other guy, Dr. Guy from Florida. Hey Guy, where are you? Oh man, I'm so upset. My gym got flooded here in Miami. Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that. Where are you? I know, I'm in Bahamas helping other people. My gym I'm gonna fix when I come back. I was like, what? That's crazy. You know, his gym got flooded. He left that behind, went to Bahamas to help people, and then come back to fix his gym. Come on,
it's a huge
you
thing.
know, and he's a guy that have a lot of money. He have his life all set. You know, he's a doctor, he's a scientist, you know, and he told me that he was in Bahamas fixing other people's house before he fixed his gym, you know, and how beautiful is that? Why everybody don't do a little bit of that, you know? What I can do is very small compared to other people, you know, but I do my part.
But it's something.
You know, I help here and there with whatever I can, you know, with student and everything. You know, and I really feel that at one point I need to do one big one like this, you know, go to the Bahamas, go somewhere and spend some time, maybe when my children are a little bit bigger. I would like to do something like that, you know, because this is rewarding. That's what life is, you know, go and extend your hand to help somebody that's in need, you know. And I think we should everybody reevaluate our purpose in life and see what we can help, you know. I think that's the main concern right now, you know. Like, there's so much people in the planet being affected by all the consequences of the trash we make, the plastic, and you can name it. There's so many, the oil industry, like, there's so many things that could be better to help everybody else to have a better quality of life, you know?
Yeah, and there's two things that to end up the episode is two things to ask yourself with, and I can use these two questions that I even ask myself. What resources do you have right now that you can make an impact? Like, what tools do you have? What people do you have? What the contacts? What do you do that is great that you can help people that need some assistance? That's gonna you're gonna make a greater impact with that than saying, hey, these people that have bigger influence, why they're not doing anything about it? Well, you have some type of influence, so you go ahead and do the action your way, with your tools, with your contacts, with your influence. It's either small or big, it doesn't matter, it's still something. Because you will impact other people around you, and those people around you, they're gonna get impacted positively, and then they're gonna impact other people, and then it's gonna make a cycle. And then the second one, the question is for you to discover what is the hole that you're trying to fill with the things on the greedy side. And if you have everything that you need to survive, what will happen? Will you want? What else will you want? You have everything. You have a house, you have food on the table, you have sufficient money just to survive well. What else do you want? Will you be asking the same things as now? Maybe more clothing, maybe a better car, maybe this, maybe that. But just thinking, imagine a world that you don't have to work for anything. You have everything that you need to survive. What else do you need? What else do you want? And that's gonna help you to, okay, I have this hole that I'm feeling that I haven't discovered yet. Now that I have everything here, that I don't need anything else. I have my food, I have my roof, I have my security. Now let me look for that part instead of filling it with something that is not gonna even help. So those two questions are gonna help out a lot on discovering that part. And in the impact that I have personally, I'm not gonna talk for Jackson, is the Jiu-Jitsu side. Giving the example, living in the way that I'm living, and being an example for the kids, and being an example for the adults that come in, and eating the way I eat, being in a great energy, so that in that manner I can have all that energy to give to the kids, that great vibe, that great example of helping each other and treating each other with respect, and having a bad day doesn't mean that you're gonna treat other people the same way. Stuff like that makes little impacts here and there. It makes a huge difference, and just think about those two things, and you will make a difference. Even though if you have a small circle, even though you have a small influence, doesn't matter. Still do it because it will help.
Everybody can help with a little bit. Doesn't matter how much you have some more than somebody else. So it's just think about it, you know. Just think about it and see what you can do for other people to improve their lives too. You know,
think about it.
Yes, it's kind of a sad topic, right? When you talk about this, it's profit, you know, like how you run your business. Is it for profit or for people? It's kind of bring you to a kind of a dark side, you know, but that's how it is.
I'll tell you what, like for me it's not too much of a dark side. For me, it's a little bit more exciting side, because the world is changing. It's going to a better place of conscious of like, let's do a little bit better. Let's go to a better place instead of too much money. Let's get what we need, and then with the rest of it, no problem, let's help everybody. And that's gonna make a huge difference.
Free jiu-jitsu for everybody on the planet. That's the goal. Everybody should.
That would be a great planet.
Jiu-jitsu.
that's our goal. That's our goal. Not yet. We have to survive.
One day,
we have to survive. But one day.
All right, guys. Thank you one more time to listen to us.
Obrigado.
And of course, we don't know everything, but one thing for sure we know: you can help somebody out there.
Oh yeah.
You know, so just think about it. Find your purpose in life, and enjoy. Life is beautiful. You should think like that.
Yeah. Obrigado, guys.
Obrigado. Tchau, tchau.